New Zealand is the worst country in the world for making friendships and dating for foreign men. And in this, I will expand more about this important topic. It's time for you to create life according to your rules. CLATYR, create life according to your rules. Set in the end. First of all, I want to indicate that will be purely my experience of being in New Zealand 10 years. And that will be just a warning for foreigner men that want to come here and build social life, have friends, and of course, date. And I know there are a lot of men from the different countries that come in here, but I'm coming from Ukrainian background. And generally I consider myself very friendly person, very open person. And also, regards looks, I consider myself looking quite great. I'm in good shape, I'm going to gym, I'm eating healthy. I have a lot of interest, a lot of experience around the world, good profession. But we are not talking about that. If we looking about the dating part, for me, in most years that I've been here, most of the time it's not even coming to the part that conversation starting and going somewhere deeply and there is like a second date or something. Yes, it's that worse. That's bad. Yesterday I went to singles night after many years just to go and see what will happen, which I knew from the beginning that most of those nothing will happen. But when I went there, it actually ended up even worse than I thought. So I'll just give you the details what was happening. So I came there early. It was about 6:30 p.m. I sat somewhere, ordered a drink, and then I was sitting. Two women in right of me sat, and of course their back towards me. Then people began to come and everything, and through that time, so of course they didn't say hi or looked, nothing. And then I saw how every, let's say, 20 minutes, different men come into the table, trying to impress them, putting so much effort and energy and smiling and trying to, I don't know, trying what. And then after 15 minutes they leave because nothing's happening. I actually don't know what they came there to do. It doesn't look like they were really interested to meet someone, but rather than, I don't know, ego boost, I don't know. But definitely I didn't see any interest of them in any of these men. Anyway, so they just sat there. Also, I want to mention that they're not great looking. Regards body shape, they're obese. And let's say, not supermodels, let's say. But still, 5 or 6 men in a row came and spent their time on them. Okay. While I was sitting, of course I was looking and also smiling and everything. I didn't see any woman there having a look at me or smile, nothing. And I've been there 2.5 hours. So I said, okay, maybe I'll try to change position. Maybe I'll stand somewhere. So I went standing somewhere else. And again, complete ignorance. Then I changed another location. And still complete ignorance. Not a single woman not only approached me, but none of them even looked and smiled or showed an indication of interest to have a conversation. And for me, that's really odd. It's very unusual, you know, to be so invisible. The same for men. Not a single man also kind of approached or say hi or just, you know, showed any general interest, yes? Nothing. So you basically living in a country where you completely invisible. And it's after COVID, it's gone even worse. And trust me, I've been in many countries, and again, I'm socializing and quite open, and this place is the worst for me in friendships and dating. The worst. And I'm not talking about, okay, I want to find the love of my life somewhere in the bar or something. No, that's not my intention. Just being friendly and just having conversation, like, you know, human to human. At least that, it's not high expectation, right? So that never happening here. And also, quite a lot of friends of mine, not a lot, but they already left New Zealand because of this attitude towards Slavic men that are foreigners. So basically, there is nothing for them or for me to look here or to build anything because there is no future. Locally, I mean. Of course, they can bring women from overseas. That's what a lot of men from Israel or Ukraine they are doing. They are bringing women from overseas. And there are negative sides to that as well, because as we know from experience, most of this relationship collapsed and the women divorced their husbands for varied reasons, but this video is not about that. So yeah, that's a shame, because there is other things that are really good in this country, like you know, the camping lifestyle, of course, the nature, and for some people even the job security and general security. But the question is, is that worth it? To be invisible to women, to men, to the community around you, to be invisible. Is that worth it? And it's not only in the bar, it's also in the gym. Gym is also, it's one of the awful experiences ever for me, because there are also invisible. People in their headphones and doing their exercises. And of course, no smiles from the women, no smiles from the men or whatever, not just no small talk, no, oh, can I ask you that, or like, no attention at all, zero. Actually, for me, this is really diminishing my quality of life here. And it doesn't worth any money, and the positives and the comfort that this country has. Like, I'm a big lover of camping and motorhomes and camper vans, big lover of that. Yeah? But again, if you can't build any friendships, what's the point of that? Yes? What's the point of having a nice camper van? If you not get invited, oh, come to my place, come and chill for a few days and everything. No, I'm completely alone. any attempt for making deep connections and friendships here, even with men, it's complete waste of time. Complete waste of time. Goes nowhere. Maybe you can meet once or twice, have a chat, go somewhere, and then, oh, I have that, I have this, I have that. Yes, we'll see each other next week. And then 6 months passing. No. I initially moved to New Zealand in my 20s after I had really good experience in relationships, in dating, because I was did a lot of self-improvement, not to be shy and be open and knowing how to have a chat with people. And since coming here, this experience completely diminished because it's worth nothing. Because it doesn't matter what you do, you won't get any progress. Again, the invisibility part. So, and in other countries, specifically like Ukraine or Russian-speaking countries, there is no problem. Because for me, it's enough just to get outside and I'll get attention, some smiles, some, eye looking, and then it's easy for me to approach. I don't mind approaching to someone, to some people, if they show some indications. But if I encounter always like, straight, blank look that you are not exist, that's awful. And actually, fed up with it. And one of the things before moving to New Zealand, I never imagined that I'll be in such position, in such a situation. I didn't thought that will happen. Because if I knew before moving here that will happen, I'll probably make different decisions. And that's one of the reasons I'm making this video for other foreigners who are considering moving here. Of course, you are welcome to move with your wives or your local partners to here. But there is a big warning that, let's say your relationship won't work out, as most of relationships don't, yes? I mean here, or in general, yeah? How will you find a new relationship later? Let's say you moved with your wife from overseas. You've been in a relationship five years, for example. Then she divorced you. You already have a nice job, already maybe bought a house, already maybe children. Now you're stuck, now you're locked. You're locked to be in a space of loneliness all your life, until you die. How awful is that? Think about it. How awful is that? And that's a big price to pay. And why for? Something you need to answer yourself. Because in my opinion, being disconnected from the community, being lonely, and being invisible, it's way worse than being poor. What the money is worth, if you are a social person, you like social interactions, and you're invisible. Like, yes, you can travel and buy nice houses, you can have great food, but you have no one to share these experiences with, even casually. You go somewhere, you meet some people in some location, you hang out for a day or two, hike, whatever. And then you go, that's okay. But even that, you don't have this contact, don't have this option. So a lot of wiser immigrants than me already left. And left way quicker than me. I stayed longer because I'm a very optimistic person. So, oh, okay, maybe it will change. Yes, change to the worse. It's getting worse with the years, not better. Because the first year that I came here, things been a little bit better. Because I was too optimistic and say, okay, I'm just new, it will take time, you know. Nah. Nothing will change this situation. You need to admit that. So again, think twice. If your priority is friendships, social life, being connected to the community, and of course, relationship with the opposite sex. Of course, if you're a woman, it's something else, but I'm talking mainly about men. And yes, I would expect that the men in this singles dating event, they will be more reserved and allow the women to approach them, because, you know, we're already in the times that equal rights, well, not equal rights, more rights for women and less for men. And so I would assume that women also will go and approach men. But I saw that most men made the major part of the efforts to approach the women. And the women just said they're like queens and decided who, okay, I'll talk to him, I'll not talk to him. And we also even not talking about the actual value that the man and the woman brings. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about the initial dating, initial conversation to meet. Talking only about this initial part. That there is no smiling between each other, you know, no different gestures, you know, no signs of, oh, I notice you, I see you. No. It's only signs of ignorance. That's my experience. A decade living in this country. Decade. And I'm fed up. I'm fed up with it. And that's okay, because I have options. But yes, I need to make a sacrifice of all the good things that I like in this country in order to achieve something that is more important to me. Social inclusion, social acceptance, some community connection and interest, and of course, opportunity to have a relationship with the opposite sex. Super important. All the best.